Hello and welcome to the end of the week and another episode of 5 at 5 with Denver Public Library. Today is Friday, June 12th. My name is Lainey. I'm a librarian at DPL's Downtown Central location, and in 15 minutes or less, we'll have you up to speed on 5 new titles we can't wait for you to read or listen to. Got a kiddo or a teen in your life? The library's doors may be closed, but summer of adventure lives on. Register online at denverlibraryadventures.org, link below in the notes, or by phone at 720-865-1111 to receive goodies in the mail and prompts for fun seasonal activities. On now through August 31st, last day to register, July 31st. And now onto this week's picks. At number 1, we have The Dragons, the Giant, the Women by WAYÉTU in ebook format on Overdrive, book on order. This exhilarating memoir is framed by Moore's family's harrowing escape from the Liberian Civil War, which broke out in 1989, spanned 14 years, and resulted in the deaths of hundreds of thousands, with millions more displaced. At the age of 5, Moore and her family, minus her mother, who was studying at a university in New York, were forced to flee the country. After a 3-week journey on foot, Moore and her family were smuggled to the border of Sierra Leone, and from there, traveled to the United States to reunite with their matriarch and begin a brand new life. The Dragons, the Giant, the Women comes just 2 years after Moore's debut novel, She Would Be King, a magical realist reimagining of Liberia's history, though this non-fiction effort also carries elements of the fantastical. Soon to join the ranks of other searing refugee stories like Ishmael Bea's Long Way Gone or Girl at War by Sarah Novich. At number 2, we have The Midnight Lie by Marie Rudkowski. You can find this one on Overdrive as an ebook, print book coming soon. Once in a while, a young adult book comes along that can easily transcend that label, and The Midnight Lie is one of those. Rudkowski tells the story of Niram, a young woman from the lowly social class called Halfkith, living in a walled fascist city called the Ward. In this place, there are no trees. There is no sugar, no fine fabrics. Hair must be parted and styled a specific way. The Halfkith are afforded the bare minimum, unlike those who live outside the wall, and any infraction can lead to arrest or death. The Midnight Lie comprises an honest conversation about privilege and what happens when you decide to break the rules and ask questions. Romantic and fantastic with social justice appeal, this first title in the Midnight Lie series will have you eagerly waiting for the next. An obvious next read for fans of The Handmaid's Tale and anyone who's already ripped right through The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Next, we have Kim Ji-young, born 1982, by Cho Nam-ju, print book on order, ebook on Overdrive. In 1982, Kim Ji-young was the most common name for girls in South Korea. This lone fact sets the storyline for the book. Central character Ji-young represents the everywoman, including author Nam-ju, who states that she was able to write this book so quickly because it mirrored her own life in many ways. Published in Korean in 2016 and now available in an English translation, Namju's debut became a feminist firebrand, and later on, the focal point of controversy when it was touted by a female K-pop idol, Irene of the girl group Red Velvet, infuriating some of her male fans. The title has sold over 100 million copies and has been made into a film and translated into 18 languages. Focusing on the daily injustices and lifelong sacrifices the eponymous protagonist is expected to accept without question, author Nam-ju sets in motion a chain of events that blows apart concepts of tradition and gender roles in her home country. If you enjoyed Hong Kong's The Vegetarian or The Orphan Master's Son by Robert Boynton, this may be a good choice for your to-be-read list. Hood Feminism by MIKKI Kendall is our 4th title today, available on Overdrive as an ebook and e-audiobook, book available when the library can again fulfill physical holds. Kendall sheds light on intersectional feminism in this essay collection. A Chicago native from the South Side, she asks readers to reconsider what they've been taught about feminism and what they've done to show up for women, especially women of color. From police brutality to the stereotypes pitted against women of color, like the so-called sassy Latina or strong Black woman, to how poverty affects how kids are educated, Kendall does more than just lay down the facts. She puts every issue in perspective, contrasting the current women's equality landscape with that of a movement focused on poor and working class women, and she argues that a serious revamping could create what women of all races, ages, and incomes need: true equity. Readers of Audre Lorde, Bell Hooks, and the Crunk Feminist Collective will find a lot to chew on here. At number 5 this week is Lakewood by Megan Giddings. We have the print book on order, ebook and e-audio formats available on Overdrive. Lakewood, Megan Giddings' first novel, tells the story of Lena Johnson, a young Black woman who, following the death of her grandmother, becomes the primary caretaker for her disabled mother, Desiree. To make ends meet, she makes the difficult decision to drop out of college so that she can secretly participate in a high-paying, albeit highly suspect, research study. Lena quickly realizes the study is more sinister than initially presented. The Lakewood Project, under the guise of the Great Lakes Shipping Company, is a mysterious experiment that pushes participants' bodies to the absolute limit, challenging each person's understanding of themselves and their worlds, as they are forced to recall memories that may or may not be real. Subjects, nearly all of whom are people of color, are fed mystery medicines and tossed into solitude in abandoned cabins, breaking bones and losing teeth to help advance the future of science and healthcare, or so they're told. In haunting prose, Giddings is able to pinpoint Lena's motivations, and we understand that she's not trapped in a prison of her own creation, but in a prison created by a paternalistic, bigoted society. A chilling sociological critique in the vein of Octavia Butler and Jesmyn Ward. Plus, in case you missed it, check out Creatures of Charm and Hunger by Colorado author Molly Tanzer, available on Overdrive in ebook format, print book on order. Readers followed Jane, Miriam, and Jane's mother Nancy, the librarian for the Diabolist, aka Witchcraft Library in Hampstead, Britain, near the end of the Second World War. Both young women are approaching the time of the test, when they are examined to see if they are suited to diabolism. The results of the test open a rift between Miriam and Jane, but an even deeper fracture occurs when Jane's Aunt Edith tells Miriam that her parents may be Nazi sympathizers. Familiarity with the two previous books, 2017's Creatures of Will and Temper, and 2018's Creatures of Want and Ruin, is unnecessary to enjoy this imaginative, transporting tale of evil plotting, body snatching behind enemy lines, complicated parent-child relationships, deep-seated prejudices, magical libraries, and suspicious felines. The entire series can be read in any order, and is an excellent choice for fans of Shannon Maguire, Alma Katsu, and Erin Morgenstern. And that's it for this week. Thanks for tuning in to Denver Public Library's Friday 5 at 5. Check out or place a hold on these titles and a whole lot more right now at denverlibrary.org/downloads, links below. And be sure to tune in next week for a whole new batch of recommended reads.